Introducing to you one more time, fighting out of the red corner from Assassin's Gym. Give it up for Duran, Hassan. And introducing his opponent, standing across the cage in the blue corner from FFMA. Give it up for Catterall. This K1 contest will be fought over 3 2-minute rounds.
Okay, Dean, as you alluded to before the action began, before the guys got into the ring, certainly Duran Hassan comes from one of the most famous Muay Thai gyms in the country, in Assassins, and that's what we saw then, him sealing the ring off before the fight. You don't see that a lot in an MMA cage, and that's certainly what that was. Comes from the same gym as Imam Barlow, who's one of the best Thai fighters in the whole world, so keep an eye on Duran Hassan here in the red corner, up against fan favourite Jake Catterall, out of Fighting Fit Martial Arts in the blue corner, and this could be an absolute barnstormer. Let's get ready to go. Here we go.
Catterall using that footwork I think he's known for. Great head movement there. Slips the jab nicely, return of knees here.
And there, obviously, Hassan, being a Thai fighter, is not used to coming away in the clinch. He's going to take some of his arsenal here, not being able to use the clinch as much, because that's a big part of Muay Thai, but he's handling himself on the feet early. He's going to look to land some heavy kicks against Catterall. Back to the knees.
Big knees here from Hassan. Did a great job of using the Thai plum clinch there, pulling down on the back of the head of Catterall. Oh, big 1-2, that's super fast, straight down the pipe.
And Catterall has got to be careful here not to fall onto those knees. Again, look, he's landing some great knees there as Hassan from his Thai boxing background. Right hand landed by both combatants.
Hassan did a great job of controlling the distance. He'll often lead out with his hand to push his opponent back or control their head to set up the strikes. Absolutely,
and we've seen when Catterall's fought before, he's in his best, does his best work when he pushes his opponent back to the cage and looks to land to the body and head. Hassan, though, using that aggression against him and pulling on some knees, Muay Thai style, with beautiful and kind of vicious intent.
Interesting to see now if Hassan is going to start to work the leg kicks. They've got these shin guards on, but if you look, they're not super thick. So still going to damage. There we go. There's the low leg round kick there from Hassan.
Absolutely, and that's obviously another key technique in Muay Thai, is that low kick. And you've got to think that Hassan is going to be incredibly proficient at landing on Catterall, maybe slowing down some of these advances and movement from Catterall, as Catterall looks to bully him to the cage as he does.
Head kick there from Hassan. Just missed its mark. Catterall gives a smile here as he lands to the body into the head.
And it's all action here at Contenders. Nice right hand from Hassan on Catterall as he angled off. Catterall doing his usual heavy pressing, looking to push someone against the cage. But Hassan is coping with that beautifully so far.
Catterall using the head movement there to be very careful in this contest, because the kicks can come up from the side.
Absolutely. Hassan looking very proficient indeed. Catches a kick from Catterall. Catterall pressing forward again, going to land another knee there to Hassan.
Catterall opting to close the distance here. You notice he checks the kick there with the arm and moves and looks for the uppercut. Interesting to see him want to close the distance and not be at the end of the punches of Hassan.
Absolutely, and what we have here, Dean, is a classically trained Muay Thai stylist. Obviously, he can't use his full arsenal in this fight because he can't clinch like he would in Muay Thai in K1. And you've got, in the other corner, you've got a guy called Jake Catterall who's going to come forward, press, throw everything but the kitchen sink at you, and maybe the kitchen sink when he gets you against the cage. And it's making, the stars are blending for a very interesting fight.
I mean, it's interesting to see Catterall is usually known for his evasive movement, and he does damage as he moves, but he seems to be closing the distance quite early on and making this a fight in the phone booth. This could be a game plan here, coming from his cap to shut down the reach and kind of the lengthy attacks, the head kicks from Hassan.
Absolutely. Very, very interesting first round. I wonder who will be happier in those corners. As I say, Hassan landed some nice knees. Catterall, though, was certainly the man coming forward the majority of the time. Be interesting to see how that round scores. We get ready for round 2. Reminder, Duran Hassan, Assassin's Gym in the red corner. Jake Catterall, Fighting Fit Martial Arts in the blue corner, as we get ready for round 2. And here we go, round 2 underway. Catterall sprints across the cage. Straight back to the knees from Hassan.
And again, the distance is closed here. You notice Catterall's coming through, used some nice head movement. And these hooks are just landing shy of the shoulders and the head of Hassan. As Catterall's got his head down. That could be Hassan leading out with his lead arm. And he's trying to push the head down to further disrupt the balance.
Catterall maybe he's got to be a little bit more educated with his pressure here. He's kind of rushing in and getting drawn onto these knees of Hassan. That is the way Jake Catterall likes to fight, though. He likes to push someone back to the fence and then throw bombs, body and head. Nice kick there from Catterall right in front of us here. Hassan needs to move, landing those knees again. Catterall's all over him like a bad suit, though. He wasn't giving him any breathing space whatsoever.
Catterall did a great job of keeping the pressure on. He's defending when he needs to. He gets his arms down to block the knees, checks the kicks. Hassan goes up high. Catterall moves on with the guard up nice and high.
And that was a question mark kick there from Duran Hassan, a beautiful technique, so Catterall's got to make sure he keeps his hands up. Hassan now looking to fight his way off the cage as Catterall's kept in there for much of this round.
And this is shaping up to what it was promised on paper, an absolute striking fast big right hand there.
Big right hand from Hassan, caught Catterall right on the end of that shot. As Catterall presses forward again.
I'm sensing this is the game plan. He doesn't want to be on the end of the power shots of Hassan.
Oh, nice knee again from Hassan. And Catterall is playing into his hands here, really.
Hassan's caught a corner now for the kick. Slipped there by Catterall.
10-second marker goes. Nice jab there.
To finish strong, Mark. He's looking to land these punches and combinations and the head kicks.
Absolutely, what a war this is. Wow. A breathless first 2 rounds of action here at Contenders 22. Epic Studios, Mark Heath here with Dean Mittat. Fight going out live around the world, and damn, anyone watching this is going to be entertained, aren't they, Dean?
And this is such a puzzle for us to watch here, particularly for Catterall. He's not seen this type of technical fighter really just pull him into the clinch, land the knees, and be effective when they're at range. And Catterall's usually known for his unorthodox evasion techniques. He'll slip and he'll lean back, and then he'll fire counter shots. But he's closing the distance here, working the body, working the head, going upstairs and downstairs. This has got to be his game plan coming into the fight.
Absolutely, but for me, maybe I think Catterall's raw aggression maybe playing into Hassan's hands here, because every time he charges forward, Hassan snaps on that tie clinch and just brings him onto knees, which is a beautiful technique for using your opponent's aggression against you, Dean. You've trained that in Thailand, you fought out in Thailand, Tiger Muay Thai. I mean, you've got to be impressed by what you're seeing from this young man, Duran Hassan.
Just to put on the show in front of these people and actually deal with a tenacious fighter as Catterall, very impressed with Hassan's skills.
So let's see what happens here in the third and final round. We're underway. Duran Hassan and Jake Catterall, and then go straight back to it. Catterall looking to press Hassan back to the cage again.
Hassan working those straight punches as Catterall comes in. Uses the level change there, but gets caught up in the clinch. Catterall needs to start thinking about using this footwork, cutting the angles if he wants to get close. Oh! Just whizzed past the chin of Catterall there.
That was nice angling off there from Duran Hassan. He's throwing the kicks up high as well, keeping Catterall honest. Catterall ploughing forward, looking to land anything he can on Hassan, stop this man.
Catterall's having some success with that overhand right. He'll go low to the body, perhaps even the left hook, then come over the top with that right hand.
But he's struggling to land in this sort of range where he does his work, his best work. He likes to throw body shots here and go up top. Because Hassan's so proficient with the knees, he's keeping him off him. Oh, a nice trip there from Catterall. Not sure that's allowed in this rule set. And we're going to get a warning, I think, here from referee AJ Jeffrey. Can't really sweep in K1 rules. You're just going to remind Jake Catterall of that.
Yeah, you can't hold and sweep. And in Muay Thai, obviously, you can do that. It's interesting to see that come from Catterall when Hassan seems to be more of the Muay Thai technical fighter.
Absolutely, of the two, you'd have thought Hassan would be the one doing the sweeps. But anyway, back to the action now, and it's breathless. That was a big right hand there from Hassan.
Tenacious pace here in the third round. Catterall really trying to put the pressure on, just misses with the teeth kick to Hassan.
Wow, the crowd is going absolutely crazy, backing their home fighter, Jake Catterall, who's pressing forward throughout this fight. Hassan, nice low kick there, Muay Thai style.
Smart play by Hassan, stay on the outside, use the lateral footwork, left and right, slam the leg kick in. And then when Catterall drops the hand to catch the kick, go upstairs with a hook.
Absolutely, what a fight this is. This is the sort of action you'll see on Contenders every show we do. Incredible fighting action here as we approach the final few seconds of this absolute barnstormer of a fight.
Big knee there from Catterall, looking for the body kick, checked on the arms of Hassan.
And Hassan maybe is tired now, Catterall's getting to him. Oh, what a fight that was, Dean.
That was amazing, and you can see Hassan's corner. Tell them, stick your hands up, show the judges that you won. They're really making him act like he has come away with this victory. Catterall centre cage, admiring his work, thinking about the performance and the decision ahead.
Absolutely. And the fans were literally on their feet there behind us, Dean, cheering. That was one of the best fights you will see, and that's the sort of action you will see here on Contenders. Very interesting to see how they're going to score that, because Catterall was ploughing forward the whole fight. Hassan may be landing the bigger shots, but certainly retreating. So it's what do you like? Do you like consistent aggression, or do you like kind of fighting off the back foot and more technical attacks?
That's if the judges score the volume of strikes. You could argue that Catterall was in there, hitting the body, hitting the head. He's very tenacious and pressuring. Hassan was more technical, ticking with that lead left hand. It's
fighters to the centre of the cage, please.
And land the knees.
Let's see now. We're going to get the verdict here. UFC Tom Vince.
Ladies and gents, give it up for both these young men here in the cage. What a fight that was. 3 very hard-fought rounds. But ladies and gents, after those 3 hard-fought rounds, we have a unanimous decision. Your winner in the red corner, give it up for Duran, Hassan. And ladies and gents, let's hear it for Jake Catterall.
And it's not a popular decision at all. There's some burn behind us. Obviously, Catterall is the local fighter, but I've got to say, coming from a Muay Thai background.